ability to borrow is the ability to do good business. And let's not take borrowing as bad
bad venture.
You get what I'm saying? That is where we tend to create in this part of the world. And I still tell you, if not because of the capital market, a lot of people suffered. Okay, I give an instance. A lot of my friends that were selling that, I told them, no, you just hold on. You can still leverage on this market and all that. And be that as in me, take a security asset or share as security and vis-a-vis landed property. If for you, the ability for you to transform shares into liquid asset is faster than any other asset you have. So I will always hold myself high. She keeps talking of embarrassment because that was a major game change
for the stockbrokers.
Yes, but before then we had a lot of incentives that the Nigeria Stock Exchange came up with. And as she already said, all our banks, most of the quoted companies still have fundamentals. Nigeria Breweries didn't change, Nestle didn't change, USAN didn't change in all this. We still have companies with good fundamentals. So
there was just a lot of distractions and away from the companies and how strong,
And listen, let me tell you, we set up a meeting, and because of the slowness in policy, conclusion in this part of the world, we set up CBN, stock brokers, capital market operators. We went to the present president, who was the vice president. Then we met with him, with Aliko, our president, presently. We did everything for the government to listen to us. But unfortunately, maybe because President Yar'Adua was sick and there were a lot of policies, this market ought to have recovered way back before this. And as you rightly said, we need to start talking positively about our market. That is the only way people will believe in it.
Well, whether we talk about nobody or not, the numbers are just, it's just in a phenomenal growth, from month to month, week to week. But hold your thoughts for Mia. We need to take a break at this point. We've been talking about the equities market, and I'll be talking to Ife Ejeze, Managing Director, Cashville Investment and Securities Limited, and Greg Otsu. He's the Vice President of the Stockbrokers Association of Nigeria. We'll be right back after this time out.
Wherever and whatever your banking needs, Guarantee Trust Bank will be there, now and into the future. Because you're at the heart of everything we do. Guarantee Trust Bank, proudly African, truly international.
Welcome back. We've been looking at the Nigerian equities market, looking at the road to recovery, where we were, where we're at right now. I've been talking to Ife Ejeze, Managing Director, Cashville Investment and Securities Limited, and Greg Otsu. He's the Vice President of the Stockbrokers Association of Nigeria. Now, we've talked a lot about, all that happened back then. Let's talk about, new developments now. It would seem that investors at the market, the retail, institutional, even the local investors have been coming in. Investing cycle seems to be changing. Investors are now more savvy, as it were. They're looking more keenly at fundamentals, looking at the earnings. Sometimes we see a company posting negative earnings, but investors still hold on to that stock. They still have faith in that. Okay, Ife, let me start with you. What is this trend that we're seeing?
Well, thank you very much. Everybody is happy now the way the market is going. The cycle has changed, even for stockbrokers, investors, institutional and other investors. And that is why we are trying to come up with the Association of Stockbroking Houses. We are planning to have a capital markets night, an inaugural night. It's all towards having a dialogue, continued relationship between the regulatory bodies, the shareholders association, the institutional investors, and the stockbrokers. We're all going to come together in Federal Palace Hotel on the 23rd next week.
In terms of relationship building, how much of that have you, the stockbrokers? Because I know obviously that before now, perhaps 2-3 years ago, right at the peak then, things were a lot sour, between, not just you and the regulators, you and, the investors. But what is it like right now in terms of the relationship?
The relationship
is it part of what you do to help foster?
To help foster the relationship. Yes, the relationship is better now because investors have come to realize too that the fault was not just the stockbrokers. And there's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of programs, we have organized to lecture investors and then trying to foster a better relationship between the stockbroking associations and the investors. And that is why we're also doing this night as part of a way to have another dialogue section where we can meet with them in line with trying to bring a better relationship between us. But things have actually been better. We have a good relationship. Investors are back in the market now calling to buy shares, and their results are coming out. People are happy with the results, and the market is a bit stable. But we're looking at something better.
Okay, sorry. Let me quickly come to Greg. Now, on a day, and you deal with investors on a day-to-day basis. What changes do you see? Are the questions different? We know with the regulators have embarked on a number of investor education clinics to better educate investors. Do you see that changing in your dealings with them?
Yeah, what gladdens my utmost is the fact that recently, just last month, the Nigerian Stock Exchange CSCS came out to say, rating investors, the rate has grown. It's over 56% now. Yeah, about CSCS from their statistics. The
ratings of
the rated investors.
Retail investors.
The small investors. They are up to 56%. Yeah, unlike where we have all the mutual funds, managers, and foreign FDIs, and playing our market and determining where a stock goes and all that. So, but we now have serious confidence with our small investors picking up, and that has increased greatly. And the stock exchange recently also introduced the ASN board, which was the second tier board,
the alternative securities
market, and they are encouraging companies that are small scale in operations to come to the second board. And they've also introduced the DAs, the designated advisors. They've appointed some stockbrokers to mirror these companies, bring it to the market. They've relaxed their rules, almost free, and the companies are free to raise funds. So the interaction between investors is growing every day. And good thing, we are moving from the local Nigerian market to the West African market. I represent the Association of Stockbrokers. The other stockbrokers in Nigeria represent them in West Africa. We have a meeting again in Cote d'Ivoire from Monday to Wednesday. We are thinking of how to integrate the company, how to integrate the market. If you list here, you can also go to Ghana to list. You can go to Cote d'Ivoire to list.
Well, the same listing rules.
The same listing rules, even more relaxed. You can a stockbroker in Nigeria. It's called Common Passport. You can go to Sierra Leone to set up your stockbroking firm. That is what we are doing. We just signed an ECOWAS treaty. It was signed early this year at in Abuja. So a lot is being done, and we are integrating the market. So a Ghanaian can come here, set up a capital market practice, and live here with his common passport. It's called Common Passport. Not ECOWAS now, Common Passport. And we are going to have one settlement bank. We are going to have all the exchanges still retaining, but along the line we are going to have one exchange. It's going to be a global thing. So we are expanding the frontiers. You get what I'm saying? And we are encouraging all the SMEs that are trying to get banks' attention. Please come to the capital market. Come to Nigeria Stock Exchange. We will take you over.
Let me take you up on that. Do you think if the market is ready, IPOs? Greg's talking about SMEs coming to raise money at the market. Do you think the market is ready for that? We haven't exactly seen a flurry of IPOs as it were.
The market is ready. It's just that the people to come and raise the IPOs are not ready. We are ever ready to assist any company that wants to come to the market to raise IPO.
No, but will they get the money? Will investors respond?
They will get the money. Investors will respond. Investors will respond. It depends on packaging. And that is why we're doing a lot of awareness, creating a lot of awareness and education, educating the investors. Like now we're trying to trade on bonds. Investors too do not know that now you can do retail bond trading. Unlike
through
before,
a stockbroker.
Through a stockbroker, yes. You can buy it into your same account with CSCS. You don't have to own a new account. You can buy bonds, 10,000, 1 million. Unlike before, where they think that buying bonds is just until you have 100 million naira. Now you can buy as little as 10,000 units of a bond straight on the floor as you're trading. So we need this education to go out so that people will begin to understand that so many things have changed. The market is being very dynamic now. And raising IPO, we want to encourage people, even the ones that have raised in the past, we're also encouraging them to please come and be listed, because so many people raised through private placement during the last 5 years when the private placements went on, but they haven't come to the market to list.
Oh, well, we know what happened then. I mean, it's still an unresolved, as it were,
Yeah, but then with the situation now, a lot of things are stabilized. I think it's time for them to come to the market and be listed, because proper trading cannot go on those shares without being listed on the floor. And a lot of people that invested then, this is also something that will make people to want to invest for other people that want to come. Because if people can't trade on the shares they have bought earlier, then they will not be encouraged to invest in new ones that are coming up. So to encourage the new ones to come to the market, and also for investors to have the confidence to buy them, I think the old ones that have been done before should please come to the market and be listed.
Greg, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. I want investors and Nigerians to know that what the stockbroking community or the market does for you is to put your business plan together. Right? Most of the 90% of the company, or close to about 50% of companies that approach BOI, that approach all these government bank of industry, that approach them, they are turned down because their business plans are not together. You get what I'm saying? If you approach the market, you approach a stockbroker, it will be the one to serve as your advisor. It will put your business plan together the way you will be able, and a designing man will be able to see it and believe that you know what you are talking about. That is the work of the stockbroker. So we are saying with the introduction of alternative security market, which is the second one, you can list almost free. What listing gives you is that your books are together, an advisor is managing you for near to nothing fee. You get what I'm saying? So we let Nigeria start seeing the capital market as an avenue rather than approaching the bank. If you have businesses to inflate, please come to the Nigeria Stock Exchange. Ask for the department that is in charge of this, and the department will gladly give you to a stockbroker that will look through your business, look through your projections, and give you opportunity for you to access cheap funds.
Okay, if you're obviously excited about all of this now, let's going forward. We're almost completely out of time now. Next 2-3 minutes, your outlook for third, fourth quarter, 2 years down the line from now. I mean, I know the regulators are working very hard to make it a very sophisticated market, but compared to other markets, we're not there yet. Let me just put it that way. But what are your expectations going forward?
Going forward, my expectation is that a lot of things are already happening at the stock exchange and in the capital market, which the investors and the general public are not totally aware of. We're changing our platform, trading platform now. Very soon, I think about between June and August, we'll be on a new trading platform. That's because
we want sophisticated one.
So that we can compete with the international community. Okay. We want our exchange to be rated with international community, and all that is being done to put us in. So looking forward, in another 1-2 years, I see our market being competitive. That will be international. Like you said, we're also looking at even within Africa where people can have common trade. All that will link. So people should please come to the market now, because this is the time to enter. In the next 1 or 2 years, I see a stock market that is globally accepted and rated very high, even in the international community.
Greg, finally, if we're asking more people to come, especially local investors, and we're seeing the market rallying almost where we were in 2008, but even though many people still said that, that was artificial, but now we know that it's steady, the fundamentals are stronger, there's transparency, there's fair, market play as being assured right now by the market regulators. Do you see this continuing, and going forward for you? What are your own expectations?
Esther, let me take you back to the statement you just made. I don't believe that market has ever been artificial.
Nigeria breweries, the way it went up, that rally that we saw.
The Nigeria breweries.
No, because it was said that many stocks were overvalued.
And when you drive through our street, you see people drinking beer every day. UAC makes Mr. Biggs. They make certain products. When you drive through our street, you see people using their product. We are over 160 million Nigerians. Yesterday, we were coming in from Abuja. We saw FTSE 100, 6,000. Yeah.
I know, and I track it every day.
6,000 cap. We are just 36. 160 million Nigeria. We are just 36. I wish to see a market that is 40,000 before the end of this year. I want to see a market that is 20 trillion before the end of this year. How many? No, jokes apart. How many population is playing in the market? How many of them? It's not up to 5%. 5% of 160 million. What are we talking about? Everybody thinks that the banks are there to rescue you. No, the banks are shut down. If you need to approach the market with your idea, come. You come. The brokers are there for you. The Nigerian stock, the present Nigerian stock exchange is there for you. So we are ready to ride. And moreover, please come on the 23rd, which is Thursday next week. You come and listen to us.
Okay.
And we are Federal Palace.
All right. We'll look into that. Well, thank you so much. It's been an exciting time.